every video I have a wine glass in my hand, and it's pretty accurate. But today we're here for serious business. I finally have in my hands the Epoxy's, such a long name, you guys, Epoxy's Ocean Art Resin Pigment in white. Now, as a resin artist, you know how important it is when you find that perfect combination of white pigment and resin system for your ocean pieces. I mean, it's like this aha moment. You tested everything, you finally found the perfect combo. It's important. So just because I'm wearing the Moss shirt and I love their resin products, I wasn't gonna rush to promote something that I hadn't used yet. So I was really wanting to take the time to review it and give you guys my honest opinion, because I do know how important that is to your artwork, and I'm never gonna be the one to just promote products without trying them myself and fully vouching for them. So I want you guys to know that. Shit, I set everything up and I totally forgot the resin. I'll be right back. And we're back with resin. Okay, let's try again. So for me, the perfect combination for my oceans has been to use the Cast and Craft, which is the one I've been using for the last couple of years, with the Moss Epoxy's Tabletop Pro system. This is my go-to combo. I've been using it for the last couple of years, really elevated my work. And so, I don't know, I'm like a creature of habit. I know some of you are too. So for me to switch, like, it has to be, I gotta feel the magic. I actually set up this little piece of wood here. I have the resin and everything, and we're gonna be testing it out. Right off the bat, looking at both bottles, they are almost identical. You're getting 1 ounce of white pigment in each, and the price is fair. So you're looking at about $7.95, I think it is, for the Moss Epoxy's pigment, and then $7.99 for Cast and Craft. So with Cast and Craft, it was a little annoying because I'm only able to get it at the Hobby Lobby in my area, and they never carry enough. They're always sold out, so that makes it really difficult when you're trying to finish orders, etc. And the other issue I have with Cast and Craft is if I don't get it at Hobby Lobby, I'll order it from Amazon, but they keep raising the price. So some days, or it's inconsistent. Some days it's $7.99, some days it's $8.99. At one point during the holidays, it was like $13 for this little bottle. Not gonna work. So I'm really excited that at least now I can order my resin and my pigment at the same time and have it just come to me all together. All right, so enough of that crap, and let's get actually testing. I'm gonna mix some tabletop epoxy resin, and with the power of video, we're gonna speed this all up and test the product. So I love these little plastic cups from Amazon. They already have the measurement system here. 2 cups, because it just takes that one time to mess up and have your project not cure correctly. So ever since then, I will accurately pour part A and part B in 2 separate cups and then mix. So opening with Cast and Craft, I always have to cut it really low because it's really hard to get out. I haven't opened this yet, so let's find out. So it looks like the same kind of tip. I'm probably gonna have to cut it. Let's just cut it regular and see how it comes out. So I'm just gonna cut this as, like, you can see pigment and then there's like a clear area. So I'm just gonna cut where the clear is. I'm sure there's probably an easier way, but whatevs. This is how we do it for Ari Miley collections. All right, so that's good. Let's test it out. Try and lower the camera here. So you can see what I'm doing. Oh, we'll zoom in a little bit. Good. All right, so basically I'm using these little mouthwash cups that I get at the dollar store. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour about half of the cup to this yellow line of clear resin. Now I always make extra white. Can you see me? Just in case, because sometimes the white will run off or I want to touch something up. So I always pour in a little bit extra to have just in case. So So let's get our Moss Epoxy. So you guys saw I already cut the little tip off. Oh, comes out really quickly. So before we do that, I always get asked, what is the right amount to put, let's say, per ounce or to make your waves? It's a very loaded question. And it's because every artist is different, right? And so it depends on the look that you're going for, right? So if you put in a little bit, you're gonna get some really light, soft waves. If you put in a lot, you're gonna get a different kind of wave. So I think it's relative to the artist. However, there is such thing as too much. So if you put too much in, it'll stay gooey and sticky. So you don't want to do that. So what I recommend is putting in a couple of drops, mixing until you get to the consistency. The one that I like is a consistency of Elmer's glue. And the way to test that is if you mix it. So right now I only put in a couple of drops. So I'm going to just go ahead and mix that in. All right, so with the little bit that I added in, and I lift my popsicle stick, it's still very translucent, so I can see through the pigment to the popsicle stick. That for me will not work. I like it darker than that. So I like it to be the consistency of like Elmer's glue, a little like a thick white. So my recommendation, add slowly, add until you lift your popsicle stick and you can't see it, and it's not translucent anymore. That's when I know I'm good to go. Am I wasting product? Probably, but I don't think so because my art looks so good. Just kidding. So, all right, let's go ahead and mix in a little bit more. So I just added like 2 more drops. Let's go ahead and mix that. So you can see the difference now. Do you guys see that? So it's a thicker white. That's what I like. So that was maybe about 4 to 5 drops of the Moss pigment, which is exactly about what I used with Casting Craft. So good so far. Now let's see the waves. Great, so all I'm using is a piece of wood. I painted it black with acrylic paint. I'm gonna go ahead and do clear resin just right across the top here. So it's just clear. We're gonna spread that out. So I'm gonna just go like about halfway down and just make a little wave. We just want to test these cells and how it spreads across the wood piece. Y'all are getting a free little tutorial here, okay? All right. All right, I know it's hard to see, but I only did the resin right across here. I'll zoom in after with my phone so you can see. And now what I'm gonna do is add a thick line of white. So I like these little cups because I can do a little spout. So I just kind of squish that right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour it across. I like to pour it on the wood, not on the resin, right before it touches the clear resin, so that way you can do a nice glide over. All right, let's get to the good stuff. I have my heat gun ready. Really nice so far. Let me bring you guys here. Okay, so here it is right after. You can already see a lot of cells coming out, and that's without torching it. I don't like to torch my pieces. I will wait for the air bubbles to rise up and then I will go over it with a heat gun, but so far not bad. I will give it a few minutes to settle and have some more cells come up and we'll check back in. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes and look at all of those cells. Hold on. There we go. Do you guys see that? Wow. Now, I like this smoky series. This is like the smoky ones that I make in my round ones. And so this is only with clear resin, the white pigment on a painted wood board. I would still have to try a lot of other techniques, but I'm not even worried about it. I mean, look at that. And that's without a torch. That's just with the heat gun. And they just keep coming out. This was only after 3 minutes. Beautiful. Let me see if I can turn it this way. So this little spot right here is actually a piece of wood I didn't sand. But had that not been there, I'm sure it would have been even better. But not bad for a little quick tutorial. All right, so final thoughts, final choice. I'm gonna go with this one. Oh shit, I thought I dropped it in the painting. Definitely going with moss. Very, very impressed. I love the thickness of it, the way it's spread. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom into this again, but it is just beautiful. No effort lacing. I mean, gorgeous. You do not have to be a professional to get this using this. Works beautiful with the tabletop. And now I can order both in one shot and I don't have to buy my resin and buy my pigment separate. The other thing I like too is if you guys sign up in Moss Epoxy's website, you guys can get points every time that you shop. So you're not getting that with that, going forward. But yeah, I'm really impressed. I really like it. I'm excited to keep using it. Obviously I have to keep testing it with inks and different things. But for the most part, if you're looking for no effort, beautiful lacing for your oceans, it has my approval. I highly recommend. Okay, so quick update because I did speak with some of the guys at Moss Epoxies regarding how much pigment to use. Like I said, it's a loaded question. We're all different. We want different results. But for the most part, if you stick to 5% colorant to 95% of epoxy, you're in good hands. So stick with that. 5% of colorant to 95% of epoxy. Whatever that means, you guys. Good luck. Hold on, I gotta show you more. All right, hold on, let me switch this over. Look at that. Holy cow. I didn't even torch it or anything. Okay, I'm done bragging. Okay, I'm done.